Nintendo is a name that has become synonymous with video games, but its beginnings were far different from the gaming empire we know today. The company, founded in 1889, started as a humble manufacturer of playing cards in Kyoto, Japan. Over the next century, Nintendo transformed into one of the most influential forces in the gaming industry, responsible for some of the most beloved franchises of all time. Let's take a journey back to where it all began. In 1889, a young entrepreneur named Fusajiro Yamauchi founded Nintendo Koppai in Kyoto, Japan. At the time, Japan had strict gambling laws, which limited the production of many types of playing cards. However, there was a loophole. Hanafuda, which translates to flower cards, was a style of playing card that had gained popularity in Japan, and it was considered legal. Yamauchi saw an opportunity and began producing high-quality handcrafted Hanafuda cards. These cards quickly gained popularity, particularly with gambling houses and entertainment venues. The success of Nintendo Koppai's playing cards set the foundation for the company's future. By the late 1920s, Fusajiro Yamauchi retired, and his son-in-law, Sekirio Kaneda, took over the company, changing his name to Sekirio Yamauchi to continue the family tradition. Under his leadership, Nintendo expanded beyond handmade playing cards, beginning mass production to meet growing demand. During this period, Nintendo made an important partnership with Japan Tobacco and Salt Public Corporation, which helped distribute Nintendo's playing cards across Japan. This deal helped solidify Nintendo as the leading playing card company in the country. However, it wasn't until the 1950s that the company would make its first major modern business decision under a new leader. In 1949, Hiroshi Yamauchi, the grandson of Sekirio Yamauchi, became the new president of Nintendo. Hiroshi was a bold and ambitious leader who wasn't afraid to take risks. In the 1950s, Hiroshi noticed that the playing card business was starting to slow down. To keep Nintendo relevant, he made a game-changing decision, partnering with the Walt Disney Company in 1959. This partnership allowed Nintendo to print Disney characters on its playing cards, making them more appealing to children and families. The Disney deal was a massive success, and Nintendo became the top playing card company in Japan. However, Hiroshi wasn't content with just being the leader in playing cards. He wanted Nintendo to evolve beyond cards and enter new industries. During the 1960s, Nintendo explored a variety of different businesses, including a taxi company called Daiya, which failed due to labor issues, a love hotel business, which Hiroshi quickly abandoned, and a line of instant rice products, which failed to compete with bigger brands. These ventures didn't lead to success, but they showed Nintendo's willingness to experiment and adapt, a trait that would serve them well in the future. Nintendo's breakthrough came in the late 1960s when they shifted focus to the toy industry. Inspired by Japan's booming toy market, Nintendo hired Gunpei Yokoi, an engineer who would later become one of the company's most legendary figures. One of Nintendo's first toy successes was the Ultra Hand, 1966, a mechanical extendable arm that became a surprise hit. The success of this toy led to more innovative creations, including the Ultra Machine, an automatic pitching machine, and the Love Tester, a novelty device that claimed to measure romantic compatibility. Nintendo's success in the toy industry gave the company the confidence to take an even bigger leap: electronic entertainment. By the mid-1970s, video games were emerging as a new form of entertainment worldwide. Companies like Atari were dominating the market in the US, and Japan was beginning to take notice. Nintendo decided to enter the video game industry by producing arcade games. Their first major hit was Donkey Kong, 1981, created by Shigeru Miyamoto. This game introduced the world to Mario, one of the most iconic characters in gaming history. At the same time, Nintendo launched its first home console in Japan, the Color TV game series. These systems were basic, but they laid the groundwork for what was coming next. In 1983, Nintendo released the family computer, Famicom, in Japan. This system, later rebranded as the Nintendo Entertainment System, NES, for its 1985 US launch, changed the gaming industry forever. With classic games like Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, and Metroid, the NES redefined home gaming. It introduced concepts like side-scrolling platformers, expansive adventure games, and battery saves for progress tracking. The NES also helped revive the US video game market after the crash of 1983, proving that home gaming was more than just a fad. Nintendo had officially become a gaming powerhouse. From its humble beginnings as a playing card company to a global gaming icon, Nintendo's story is one of adaptation, creativity, and innovation. The company's willingness to evolve and take risks led to some of the most influential moments in gaming history. Today, franchises like Mario, Zelda, Pokémon, and Metroid continue to captivate audiences worldwide, and Nintendo remains a leader in the industry. If you enjoyed this story about the origins of Nintendo, be sure to follow and share. And as a special thank you, mention this video at the Save Room to receive an extra 10% trade-in value on your next trade. Good for one-time use only. Maximum extra value is $100.